Okay, question 3, you can see I've started to answer this here. Again, you've got to rationalise the bottom, so you need to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of this. Remember, the conjugate is the same thing, just change the sign, and so we're going from a minus now to a plus. Now when you work this out, it's a bit more complicated than the last one, because when you do the firsts here, if you think about it, you've got to do 3 root 3 times 5 root 3. There's no harm in writing that by the side when you're doing the firsts, okay, and if you want to do that just to work this out, okay, and of course, when you work this out, do the big numbers first. 3 times 5 is 15, and then root 3 times root 3 is 3, so it'll be 15 times 3, which is 45, okay, so that will be the firsts there. When you do the outers, 3 root 3 times 7, okay, so do the big numbers. 3 times 7 is 21. Of course, there was a root 3 there as well. Inners, 1 times 5 root 3 is 5 root 3. And then lasts, 1 times 7 is 7. On the bottom, okay, you've then got 5 root 3 times 5 root 3. So again, maybe you'll do that by the side, okay, just to make sure we understand that process. Do the big numbers. 5 times 5 is 25. Root 3 times root 3 is just 3. So multiply them, multiply everything, so it comes to 75. Okay. Outers, 5 root 3 times 7. So the big number, 7 times 5 is 35. Root 3. Inners then would be the minus of that. Okay. And then the lasts, 7 times 7 is 49. Minus times a plus is a minus. Okay. So again, you get this cancelling process. That's why we do the conjugate, because it gets rid of the surd on the bottom. Okay, so then this becomes 52 plus 26 root 3 all over 75 take away 49 is 26. Now, I hope you can see on the top that there's a factor of 26. 26 times 2, of course, will give you 52. 26 times 1 will give you the 26, so it'll be just times root 3. That will multiply out down for you. All over 26. 26 is cancel, so you get 2 plus root 3. Okay? Now part B, okay, with part B, you've got lots of different things going on here. What I would do, just like question 1, is split it up. Okay, take your time on it. Let's focus on the first bit here. Okay, root 12 times root 24. Right? Now, what you can do, right, you might be thinking, well, I need to now put this under 1 square root and do 12 times 24, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, okay? The trouble is, if you did do that, 12 times 24 is quite a, that's going to take you some time to work out, but when you do work it out, it comes to 288, okay? Right, so you have to square root 288. You'd have to simplify this, okay? 288 isn't a square number, but you'd have to simplify it. And it is possible to do it, but if you're not so confident at it, and you're not so sure what to do here, the other approach you could take with this one is recognize what 24 is, okay? We could split 24 up, right? Now, I know we usually split them up so that one of them is a square number, but in this case, right, because I've got a root 12 here, okay, what you can be thinking of, right, when I've got root 12 multiplied by this, you can think 24, well 12 goes into 24, doesn't it? So you can think of this as, you can think of 24 as 12 times 2, okay? So hope you can see that there. What I've done is I've changed root 12 times root 24, I've changed it to root 12 times root 12 times 2, which is what 24 is. And what you can do then is, you can split this up. So this becomes root 12, root 2, and then what's great about that is root 12 times root 12 is just 12. Okay, you get root 2. That's one way of doing it anyway. The other one then, the second part, now what's great, rules of surds, just like with multiplying, you can put it under 1 square root. With dividing, you can put it under 1 square root. Okay, so that become 150 divided by 3. You can put it under 1 square root, because they're both square roots here. And that becomes square root of 50, okay, because 150 divided by 3 is 50. And then just think of two numbers, one of them square, course 25, isn't it? 25 times 2. So that becomes 5 root 2. All right? And then the last one, 36 over root 2. Rationalise it, so times root 2 over root 2. Okay, so this becomes 36 root 2 on the top. On the bottom, then you get 2. That becomes 18 root 2. So putting it all together, you get 12 root 2 plus 5 root 2, take away 18 root 2. So you end up with a negative there. If you work that out, that's 17, and then take away 18, there's negative root 2, negative 1 root 2.